In today's breaking story, an ESPN host has revealed the real reason why Trump wants the Washington Redskins back. Now, Donald Trump is getting more and more desperate, now suddenly focusing on the Washington Redskins changing their name or something. And of course, there's always a tweet. In 2013, Trump tweeted, "Presidents should not be telling the Washington Redskins to change their name. Our country has far bigger problems. Focus on them, not nonsense." Well, 3 guesses as to what Trump is doing now that he's president.
What's in a name? Well, according to the president, quite a lot. President Trump throwing a challenge flag on Washington football's name change from the Redskins to the Commanders.
And in a Truth Social post, the president declaring that he may stop a deal for a new stadium here in the Washington area for the franchise, saying this, and I'm quoting him now, I may put a restriction on them that if they don't change the name back to the original Washington Redskins and get rid of the ridiculous moniker Washington Commanders, I won't make a deal for them to build a stadium in Washington. The team would be much more valuable and the deal would be more exciting for everyone. Trump then concluded the post by making this, "Make the Indians great again," a reference to the now Cleveland Guardians. For more on what's going on, we're joined now by CNN's Tom Foreman. Tell us more about this because it seems crazy.
Well, this is a debate that nobody was really having right now. A couple of reasons. Yes, a lot of people in Washington were upset with the name change originally because people liked it the way it was for whatever reason. But this was dropped in 2020. It's been a bit of time now. They also had a miraculously good year last year, and so people who previously didn't like it much started to like it more. And the owner was asked about this, and he said it's staying. Just listen to him.
Is it safe to say the Commander's name is around just to stay? Is that safe to say from your standpoint?
Yes. And we're actually, I think it's now being embraced by our team, by our culture, by our coaching staff. And so, we're going with that.
And he's right on the money there when he says it's been embraced. Look, the Washington Post did a poll some time back where people were saying, we don't know, we're not really fond of it. But after this big winning season, their latest poll shows that most people here are in favor of it. That's the old numbers, but then you move it up and you get to where that was last, when I say old numbers, only a year ago, but then you move it up and you get to where people are much more in favor of it, saying, yeah, we could be more on board with this as time goes on. The latest poll altogether showing that people are in favor of it. So
yeah, talk about a pathetic disaster. But now in today's top story, an ESPN host has revealed the real reason why Trump wants to bring the Washington Redskins back. And believe me, it makes so much sense.
Well, I think it's the president being petty. I think it's him being evasive. Because the reality is that no matter how good he wants people to believe things are with the big, beautiful bill and other things that have been transpiring, tariff wars, the border issues or whatever, if you're on the right, obviously you're happy with a lot of things that are going on. And there's nothing to take credit away from that. I leave the political evaluations to other people. But nevertheless, there are millions upon millions of people in the United States of America that are not necessarily happy with some of the things that he's doing. So what does he do? He caters to his base. Because when you look at the Redskins name, obviously it's something that needed to be changed. And by him bringing that issue up, we all know from a political landscape, it's much ado about nothing. It's just him catering to his base to make sure that he serves to appease them in some way, to distract them from other issues, including the Epstein files, by the way, because a lot of people associated with the MAGA right want those files released. And you even have Republican representatives on the Hill wanting those files released, wanting to see for themselves because they're not buying what the administration is saying when they say that there's absolutely nothing there.
This is only debate because Donald Trump is making it a debate right now, and as many of your political analysts will point out, that's because as long as he's talking about something that gets people fired up, he doesn't have to talk about Epstein and the budget deal and tariffs and all sorts of things that people do not necessarily agree with him on.
At the end of the day, when you have somebody like Donald Trump who consistently falls short, all while posing as the constant winner, you're setting yourself up for embarrassment. You're setting yourself up for call-outs. And this is exactly why America deserves so much better than Donald Trump.